Greetings, stars. We're going to go ahead and get into channeling this energy. All right. Now, what I'm picking up for you, stars, is a group of individuals feel like something that they did, they got away with. And this is because of false signs that they feel are applicable to you or a third person. And because of this Mercury energy is showing up. Now, for those that aren't aware, that Thoth is not Sophie Key. I'm going to tell you now that this particular energy associated with my left hand is indeed Thoth. However, someone is mistaking Thoth for the Elder Falcon. And because of this, there's a transformation taking place currently that could have something to do with you. However, what I'm getting from the bottom of both stacks that were in my hand when I cut it is this partnership that may have something to do with a fire sign and or either you or them have a fire sign, zodiac sun sign in your 7th house. Now what this is giving me is someone partnered up to do a hexagon. And when they did, they received brain fog and you were confused. And this is because of a concivita energy coming in and redirecting it back to its initial source. Now I know this because this 7th house is talking about partnerships. However, they weren't aware that that energy was burnt off as soon as it was placed. Now this certainly has a lot to do with an indecent encounter and someone's knowledge of a particular reading that I did years ago. And because of this, a transformation is currently taking place. Now you could be the Scorpio that showed up in my prior readings. And since this is the case, you could be undergoing a transformation, or a Scorpio Sagittarius knows something about something being transmuted. Now what I feel to be true is this is pertaining to some research that may have started with crystal links. However, it could also have something to do with other conscious community creators. And since this is the case, for someone, the foolish energy that I pulled on earlier in my prior reading is certainly involving them. Now because this stack came out first and it's in the upright, I'm going to use these in this current reading. However, these particular cards here are going to be interpreted in the next more reading. Now in regards to someone's solar return, which definitely is talking about a birth date, what I'm getting is an individual was left out. Now this could have something to do with the Taurus, whom I also picked up earlier. However, what I'm getting is, as a whole, for all my more members, currently there was some sort of transformation pertaining to your finances. Now what this could look like is an increase in your residual income and or your views went up. And since this is the case for some, what I'm also picking up is a dark night energy may also have something to do with an encounter that you experienced while traveling, and or a geomancy device was also something that someone attempted to link to you. And because of this, someone is currently feeling like they're in sync with you. However, what I'm getting is there's another individual that is experiencing some issues with their solar plexus or sacral. Now, if you are a cusper, this interference could be taking place in between your heart chakra and your solar plexus. And this is because someone felt like they could feed you something. Now, since this is the case in this individual's energy, what I'm getting is either you or a third party develop some sort of sensitivity to a byproduct. Now, you could currently be seeing all type of advertisements that pertain to being vegan and or this individual is. Now, for somebody involved in this, they walked away from a very trying situation. And when they did so, their finances also improved. Now, this could pertain to a sudden increase at a job or someone relocated and found another employment. And what I'm also getting for someone specific, this geomancy energy is pertaining to a future event that certainly is entailing of your travels and or someone else's. And because of this, currently they're waiting for a revamp or a redo. And because of this, their energy is showing up as blocked. Now, because the North Node is in this cut, what I'm getting is someone's prosperity has something to do with a relocation. However, it could also have a lot to do with a revamp. And since this is the case, an elect one that is certainly a Enoch is blocking something off from being read. Now, if you recently went through some form of ascension, this is talking about you entering into a conscious gate, and upon doing so, you realizing that something was off. Now, for a specific person, what I'm getting for you is a father figure knows of something that you did, or something that you participated in. Now, for some, this is certainly talking about a past event. However, for others, what this is getting to is something being highlighted pertaining to your past. And since this is the case, stopping communication with a current liaison and not showing up as someone's hearing is the culprit. Now, for a specific person, this has something to do with a baby daddy. However, what I'm also picking up is this baby daddy is currently wedded. Now, this could be information that you know. However, what I'm getting is someone involved in this knows exactly what's going on and they're not saying anything. Now, there could also be another scenario where either you or a third party knows that someone's DM is currently married. However, what I'm getting is a justice of the peace and an OFFICER also knows of someone's whereabouts. And because of this, you could currently be blocking off communication from someone behind bars or a third party is. Now, what I'm getting as a whole for all members involved is that someone surrounding this communicates with enforcement or someone that is currently in an institution. And because of this, what I'm getting for you is walking away from a current environment has something to do with your future or whomever this is future. Now, in regards to these on the fence cards, what I'm picking up is someone didn't have much to say. And because of this, they're currently feeling like they've asked you for too much or whomever this is. And since this is the case, you may be feeling like they're guarded from you or someone involved in this feels like they're protected because someone is behind bars. Now, what I pulled from each stack in my hands is someone's inability to surrender to an institution or to a transformation is the reason why they felt like they could scapegoat you or a third person. Now, because this fell on the floor earlier, what I gather from this is someone is attempting to transfer their broken speech on you or a third person. And because of this, your voice could be cracking or they're attempting to see if they can make you do something while recording. So since this is the case, in regards to everyone associated with this reading, this person is currently in the midst of learning a not so conscious lesson, and either you or them is also feeling like going with the flow currently is what is needed. However, because of the prior readings that I did, this is showing me that going with the flow is not what you need to do, or going with the flow is working out to this person's detriment currently. Now, because I'm finding all of these cards on the carpet, what this is giving me is someone needed to cleanse their energy in the past. And because they didn't, they picked up someone's negative energy. Now, this could have a lot to do with not shuffling your cards after a reading and or someone feeling like if they reversed what they felt was your energy when they did a reading, that it would be attributed to you when you did one, if you are a reader. Now, what I'm going to do is pull one for this cleanse and reverse. You can show me what it is I need to see. Now, what I'm getting is 2 Capricorns are involved and a Scorpio. However, a Sagittarius, an Aries, and a Virgo is showing up currently. And this is because these are either individuals that watch you or they frequented your business some kind of way. Now, in regards to a transitioning, that certainly is entailing of something that took place in the past. What I'm getting is this is surrounding a tower moment that could have been associated with a stroke or a heart attack. And since this is the case, this Taurus energy could be a father figure or a Taurus knows what happened. Now, this could be a family member of yours. However, this could also be someone's universe father. And since this is the case, a Kairos energy is definitely going to show up in someone's environment or they already did. Now, in regards to this love on the fence, this is talking about someone else's DM making a conscious choice in the past to oversee an engagement. And when they did, they also noticed something strange about an individual's eyes. Now, what I'm also picking up from an NSVJ is they also attempt to transfer low vibrational energy to you or to whomever they feel is pulling on their energy. Now, since this person is interrupting my reading, that is telling me that this Kairos energy entered in to block something off in the past and currently. Now, in regards to this 3rd house, this could be a gut feeling that you have about someone close to you, or this is something that you felt upon watching one of my readings. And since this is the case, currently, whomever this is whether if it's you or someone that sees this in the future. This flow energy is telling, and what it is speaking of is someone's attempt to say that they are you or someone's attempt to hide something. Now, since all of those cards were on the carpet, what this is telling me is someone dropped a stack of cards. And when they did so, a card associated with them was in reverse when they picked it up. Now what I'm going to do is clarify these on the fence cards, Ether. Now because 3 cards came out on the fence, this is telling me that dual energy is associated with this reading. However, because I have the S word and limiting beliefs in reverse, this is telling me that someone's attempt to do something to someone undeserving did not take. And because of this, what I'm getting is they're currently experiencing an upheaval. Now this could have something to do with something that was communicated to you or about you. And since this is the case, these 2 cards that I pulled from each stack in my hand is telling. And what this is talking about is somebody allowed another individual to pull cards on them. And when they did so, an energy transference took place and they couldn't sleep because of it. Now this could have something to do with you pouring out a cup of coffee, or you were handed something, or this person was, and they didn't ingest it. Now, if you know who this individual is, or this is you, what I'm getting for you is you either attempted to rectify a situation, or you attempted to cover something up. Now, this cover-up could have something to do with the past. However, what I'm getting is because someone did this to an elect one, they're experiencing issues pertaining to their root chakra. Now, some may also be experiencing some sort of brain fog. And if this is the case, you're not showing up as the culprit. However, you became the target once you encountered this person. Now, what I'm getting is these 2 red cards associated with your root chakra has something to do with this. Now, for one person, this is talking about a marriage. And for another, this is talking about someone not feeling confident in regards to communicating with you about something that they did or something that they participated in the past. And because of this, in the near future, you're either going to request your space or you're going to get it anyway. And this is because someone is currently in the midst of a hearing. Now, for those that are going through some sort of issue pertaining to an establishment, what I'm getting for you is you experienced the eye-opening moment in the past that is certainly involving a passing. However, currently you may not be associating that with this. And since this is the case, my advice to you is to upgrade to tier 6, because what's going to happen is there's going to be a whole bunch of finger pointing. And right now, someone feels like you're the perfect person to point at. I'm being guided to end it here. Deuces. What is your name? What is your name? Sergisias Ether.